Coming up today, right now 700,000 people in the U.S. have a brain tumor. Head for the Cure just finished its 5K in Kansas City this weekend to help raise funds and awareness to treat brain cancer. Today we celebrate its success and check in with one of our very favorite docs facing his own brain cancer diagnosis with so much grace. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jessica Lovell, and welcome to the Morning Medical Update. Head for the Cure is giving hope to the Kansas City brain cancer community, including one of our very own. Dr. Doug Burton was diagnosed with glioblastoma earlier this year. It is an aggressive brain cancer, and he has been really open and candid about his diagnosis and journey through this deadly disease. And we are happy to have him sitting here with us today. Dr. Burton, who happens to be a renowned spinal surgeon here at the University of Kansas Health System and known across the country. He is back now to share how he's doing. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Love it when you're sitting right here in the center with me. We're also joined by Dr. Andrew Rodriguez. He is a neuro-oncologist, a brain cancer expert here at the health system. You're new to the health system, and we're just glad to have you and glad to meet you and hear your expertise.
Thank you. Happy
Doing well today?
Yes.
Thanks for being here on a Monday. So, Dr. Burton, kind of walk us through the past months, the diagnosis, kind of give us the good, the bad, the ugly, and I know there has been some good as far as how you've been tackling this.
Yeah, I mean, the bad was the beginning because it was just such a shock, something that never would have expected to happen. Then my care then began here at KU, and Dr. Paul Camerata was my surgeon. Surgery went well. That was in early January. I had my chemo, which is for this cancer is an oral type of medication, so it's easier to take than I'm not getting an IV. Right. And then I had radiation, and that's gone well. And so really, since the initial part, things have gone well. I've been back to work a couple days a week, seeing patients, not operating anymore. But things have been pretty smooth since then.
Pretty smooth. So let's go back, though, to the symptoms. I know you're busy, you're running and gunning all the time. Were you able to kind of decipher what these symptoms were that made you go in and get it checked out?
Well, I started having a headache the day before Thanksgiving and mostly ignored it for several, at least a few weeks, and then got on the schedule to get an MRI. And then I had some colleagues that encouraged me to move that date up. And so I canceled my surgeries for a Wednesday, went in and had my MRI, and that's when things changed.
So, Dr. Rodriguez, how important is it, though, that those friends encouraged Dr. Burton to move that date up as far as just being able to get into treatment and get this checked out?
Oh, it's incredibly important. You know, these symptoms can show up over a span of a few days, few weeks. We know that this type of tumor can grow quickly, so it's important to get imaging right away.
And a weird headache, gosh, I mean, don't we all have them? We live with them, we ignore them all the time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Don't do that. So I know you're a husband, you're a father, you're a really good friend first, but how does being a physician impact the way that you've taken this on?
I mean, I'm not sure, other than, you know, I'm not a cancer specialist, but I've certainly taken care of a lot of patients with cancer, a lot of patients with tough diagnoses, and so I've been on the end of delivering bad news, and you know, so I've had some experience on how people react to it and how they deal with it, and certainly have had friends with cancer diagnoses, and so, you know, I think that what I knew I wanted to be was honest and open, and then as I kind of dove into it, I really got into understanding how, you know, my gratitude is so important on how I react to all this.
And I ran into you in the hall the other day, and you were on your way to go meet someone who has also been diagnosed with this. How helpful has that been to connect with a community? You said it's a club no one ever wants to be a part of, but since you're like the president. You know, how helpful has that been? I know it's got to be helpful on the receiving end of you.
Well, I think it's certainly helpful for me, and you know, I hope for, you know, my new friends that I've made with this diagnosis that it's helpful for them, because you have somebody that you know knows what you're going through, and you can say, how can I help? How can I help? But and it's wonderful, but it's so great to have somebody that knows what you're going through.
Who's living it.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Rodriguez, we hear about glioblastoma. So, kind of drill it down. Help us understand exactly what it is. Why is it tough to treat? Why is it deadly? Why is it bad news?
So glioblastoma, is a tumor that starts with, from one of the cells in the brain, and it can be very difficult to treat, and the reason for that is, one, it can develop mutations which allows it to spread around the brain, and it can also become resistant to a lot of the treatments we use, such as radiation and chemotherapy.
So are treatments limited? Is it fair to say they're limited?
Yes, we do have limited treatments for this.
All right, so let's talk about this past weekend. You were both at Head for the Cure. Thousands of people took part in this 5K run walk, raising money for brain cancer. And before the event started, Dr. Rodriguez, you actually delivered the opening remarks. Dr. Burton, you had your own team out there, lots of people with those Burton Strong shirts on. There they are. Those are your people. We caught up with you, Dr. Burton, and the race organizer, Matt Anthony.
What you can do to help someone facing something unexpected is to be there for them. And that's what Head for the Cure is about, is just to show up for the people in your lives when they don't expect you.
To me, it helps our family, because everyone's doing pretty good, but we know we've got a tough fight ahead of us. And this kind of love just helps so much.
Yeah, you're right. It helps your family too, feeling all that love and support around you. This event started 20 years ago with about 500 participants. More than 5,000 people took part in this year's. That's according to organizers. So quite a turnout. Dr. Burton, tell us a little bit about your team. Who was out there? What was it like just seeing all those people there for you?
Yeah, I mean, so much love. It was really amazing. We had, I think, 440 some members of the Burton Strong team.
Really? That's a lot. Good for them.
Yeah, I mean, it was. We weren't the biggest team, but we were the second biggest. So it was great, and so many people here from KU, from the Department of Orthopedics and the OR, and just people that I've gotten to know over the years. When you've been here for a while, you meet a lot of people.
Yeah, but you were loved. You're very loved. You were loved way before this, so this does not surprise me, that turnout. Dr. Rodriguez, what did you say in your opening remarks? What did you want people to really grab onto?
Yeah, so what I wanted to, bring the message that, it really does take a village to take care of brain cancer patients and their families, and, KU has, comprehensive care with our specialists in neurosurgery, radiation oncology, neuro-oncology, as well as nurses, nursing navigators, among others who help take care of brain cancer patients.
Let's talk about 5 or 10 years from now. Is there anything that you're optimistic about when it comes to diagnosing, treating, any novel therapies that are on the horizon? Is there any good news?
Yeah, so there's a lot of research going on right now, and a lot of research is aimed at looking at new chemotherapies, immunotherapies, as well as cell therapies, as well and devices. So I think in the future, I think that for glioblastoma, we're going to need some type of combination treatment to take care of this type of cancer.
I want to ask you both this question, but what advice do you have for somebody who's facing, this particular diagnosis or something similar to it? What would you share with them?
Yeah, I think for patients who are fighting this type of diagnosis and who are going through this journey, I think it's very important to have a good community, because we know this type of tumor really affects the brain and yourself. So we need to make sure you have good caregivers and good community support.
Yeah, Dr. Burton, you said you're connecting with people in this community. What are those conversations like when you get together? What are you able to offer?
Well, mostly we try not to talk about brain cancer.
Good idea. Really good idea.
But, we talk about the things that are affecting us. And a lot of it is just how's our family doing? Mm-hmm. How are we doing, emotionally, mentally? Because it can be tough.
Well, and thinking of others, thinking of those family members. And you talked about this last time you were on, just about tackling those conversations. With your kids. You got 3 kids, yeah. Your wife that you've been with forever and ever. What were those conversations like in the beginning? I'm sure they've changed over the recent months.
Yeah, well, at the beginning they were incredibly painful, mm-hmm. Because there's not a tremendous amount of hope with this. You got a pretty good idea that the end is coming. You just don't know how soon. And when you have that conversation with your kids, that's pretty tough. Mm-hmm. I feel so fortunate. My kids are adults, but even then, it's still so tough.
It's tough. You did a recent interview with Channel 41 here in Kansas City, and you said, quote, "I'm not going to spend the time I have left being sad." So I'm sure you do have some sad days, but how are you keeping those sad days at bay? And how are you spending time with your wife and kids?
Well, fortunately, two of my adult kids live with me, so I get to see them every day.
Perfect.
And so that's a blessing, and the other one lives pretty close. But, you know, we have family dinner together. We enjoy being together, and that's great. And then we've taken some trips and just really doing the things that we want to do. Some of the things that maybe, certainly I wasn't doing, 8-9 months ago.
Like what? What were you not doing?
Well,
because like it's important, we're all on a time clock.
Yeah.
What should we be doing?
Well, I think that if you think one of our tenets in medicine is if you think it, do it. And if you think you ought to do something with your family, do it.
If you think
Don't wait.
If you think it, do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Words to start living by. If you have questions for Dr. Burton or Dr. Rodriguez, be sure to get those in on YouTube or Facebook. You can tweet us or email the Medical News Network. Info is right there on your screen. It is Monday. Let's check in with Dr. Dana Hawkinson, Medical Director of Infection Prevention and Control. Got some numbers for us.
Yeah, the numbers, unfortunately, I was just talking to a physician when I was walking in here, and we've had, under 10, 6 or 7 for the last few weeks. Right now, we see a jump this week. We have 14 active inpatients as compared to that lower number under 10. So it is up 7 from the last couple weeks, as we just said. So we will keep an eye on this trend. Who knows? We may be coming back from a weekend. We may have to remove some of those actual active inpatients, but certainly the active numbers are a little bit increased from where they've been the past few weeks.
Okay, thank you for that update. I do have a headline for you. It's summer. A lot of people taking down ice cream. I know I'm one of them. But often we've been hearing about listeria outbreaks linked to ice cream. In fact, one recent outbreak killed 3 people. It was traced to a single restaurant in Tacoma, Washington. And of course, we remember the Bluebell ice cream ordeal shut down their factories back in 2015. We know that these cases are quite rare, but what makes listeria so dangerous?
Yeah, so listeria is a bacteria that you can ingest. Most people will just get sort of some GI symptoms, maybe upset stomach, maybe some fever, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea for a very short period of time. But other people, especially those at highest risk, so those at older age, those people with immune compromise, as well as pregnant women, can get more seriously ill and get central nervous system infection, things like meningitis, and it can also infect the fetus as well, causing stillbirth. So it's very important to understand that, again, we are under constant battle and fight against our world around us, including these microbes. This is a bacteria that can be involved in the environment, and so it's very important to understand that you need to do those good cleaning practices around the environment. If you are making food products, it's important to understand to clean those areas. We know that the milkshake outbreak that occurred in Washington there was because of a contaminated machine. You need to do the good cleaning, but also, as we have seen with other foodborne outbreaks, it can be present as well, just as you mentioned the Bluebell ice cream. There are other outbreaks going on as well right now, including frozen vegetables as well. And the CDC has a very good website so that you can track foodborne illnesses, active foodborne investigations. And so I think it's important to understand, just to try and keep up with that, and understand that if you have some of those products in your house, or if those outbreaks are occurring in your community, to understand exactly where they're at and to be safe. And if you have those products, throw those products away as well.
All right, Hawk, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Any reporters with us today? All right, let's get to some community questions. Hawk, Gene had this one from last week. I want to ask you. He says he's hearing about various relatives coming down with COVID lately. I'm sure he's not the only one. But he's asking about wastewater. Do we know what that's showing? Are they even following that anymore? God, where are we? We used to talk about wastewater all the
we
time.
just have a very 30,000-foot view. We know that wastewater surveillance is ongoing. We know that there has been increase overall in the amount of wastewater virus identified. Also identifying that the new variant that had been going around as well. So it is occurring, and we know that there has been an uptick in the identified viral circulation. But again, I think we are seeing it. We hadn't been seeing it so much in the hospital. Certainly we have increased cases today, but we know out in the community with friends and loved ones that the virus was circulating a little bit more, infecting more people. And of course, now you got a lot of kids back in school, so that's going to be much easier to transfer it from one person to another as well.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
All right, Hawk, thanks so much. Yan Liang has a question. Glioblastoma multiforme, GBM, this type of brain cancer, is proton therapy effective for this type of tumor? Is it, or could it be?
So we've done some of that research looking into proton therapy for glioblastoma. You know, it doesn't appear as effective as our current what we call photon therapy.
So paint us a picture inside the brain. Terry wants to know, why can't glioblastoma be removed? What is happening in there that is different from something that can be removed?
Yeah, so first of all, you know, with glioblastoma, the first thing we like to do is see if we can safely take as much tumor as possible. And you know, after we take out as much as possible, we know that, you know, there's going to be some microscopic cells left in the brain, and those microscopic tumor cells can spread to other parts of the brain to cause, you know, neurological problems.
Did you feel better, Dr. Burton, after you had it removed, after you had your surgery with Dr. Camerata?
Yeah, I'd had that headache for 6 weeks, and it was pretty well gone right after surgery.
All right, so Orlando wants to know, what is the longest a patient has lived with glioblastoma?
Well, in my short career, I've seen a patient, I think, 22 years out from their initial diagnosis of a glioblastoma. I heard there are people who live longer than that. I just haven't met them yet.
So why do we hear this, you know, 2-year thing? I mean, I'm going 22 for this guy, but, you know, I'm just saying, why that 22 years is a long time. Yeah. People give anything. I hope I live 22 years. So why is it that you go all the way there and then there's such a little small gap there? Yeah,
so, you know, identifying those people who can live, even a few decades after their initial diagnosis, it's hard to identify them. We're still trying to study and understand, how we can make that possible for everyone. But we know how overall aggressive this tumor is. So
it's very rare. Those are
yes.
rare cases. But again, kind of on that note, Reese wants to know, how do you stay hopeful? You hear things like that, but you're a realist. I know that.
Yep. You know, I'm just focusing on today. I've found that if I start looking forward, that's when I start getting pretty sad, because then I may start to grieve things that I haven't had yet that I may not get. And I don't think that's any way to live our lives. So I'm remaining grateful for what I've had and staying hopeful for today.
Yes, you said, quote, you are trying to eliminate those sad days.
Yeah.
Live every day for
sure.
the moment. Were there any side effects, Will wants to know, from your treatment? Has there just been side effects, or are those minimal to compare to the
I mean, I think they're pretty minimal. You know, my hair fell out on the side of my head where I had radiation. And
it's grown back pretty good.
It grew back in. I had a bald spot the last time I was here.
You did.
But no, it's fine now. And then a little bit of nausea with the Timidar. And I'm on a new drug that gives me a little dry mouth, but I'm very lucky.
You'll take
very
it.
lucky. I'll take it every day.
You'll take the little dry mouth.
Yeah.
Have to ask this question. Pauline just wants to know, and I think we should all always have this in mind, but kind of what we talk about, the bucket list. Is there a bucket list? Is there something that you got to do, want to do?
You know, there's not, and I'm really grateful for that, because
no pressure.
Right. You know, probably 15 years ago, my wife and I decided, you know, hey, we're going to live now. So we took our kids on vacation, we took our vacations, we went to the places that we wanted to go. And so that's one of the things I'm so grateful for, that I didn't put off living until I was 55, because that would have not been a good plan for me.
Smart, but that's the lesson. That's the takeaway, to do those things.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
now you could just sit back and really enjoy the day-to-day.
Absolutely.
No big trips needing to be planned.
No.
Just spending some good quality time. I want to get to our takeaways today. Dr. Rodriguez, what do you want folks to take away from this conversation? What do you want them to understand about glioblastoma, brain cancer in general?
Yeah, so with glioblastoma in general, you know, we know it's an aggressive disease that we are actively working at, you know, doing clinical research to develop treatments. for the future. And I would say that patients who have glioblastoma, I think it's very important that they have a good sense of community and taking care of spending time with their family and loved ones. And taking it day by day.
Other than that headache, is there anything else people should be aware of? And is this something that if you have a family member who had it, it's something that should be on your radar? What could you tell us about that?
Yeah, so other things that we think about, if there's an episode of confusion, maybe slurred speech, weakness on one side of the body, or any sensory changes, I think those are symptoms worth exploring and talking to your doctor about.
All right, Dr. Burton, before we get to your final takeaway today, we want to highlight something pretty awesome that your colleagues did for you. There is a new plaque hanging inside operating room 36 dedicated to Dr. Burton, and it's all about the magic, the Burton magic, as they call it. Here's a snippet of what was written on that plaque. Here's to the countless hours Doug Burton spent in this room tackling the most complex spine surgeries while simultaneously educating the next generation of surgeon. It goes on to say, only when taken from us do we realize the brilliance of what seemed so commonplace. That was the Burton magic, and those of us that witnessed it are truly a lucky group of folks. So when I heard there was this plaque, usually there's just a few words on a plaque, and I said, I think they were running out of room to put all of these things on this plaque. And so many people could live to be 90 and never have the love that you have and the respect and the legacy that you are continuing to lead. So what do you want people to take away from this talk?
Well, I mean, pretty humbling, I have to say, pretty humbling. I felt like I practiced here because I felt like this was the right place, that I could, help educate residents, take great care of patients, and that was the goal. The goal wasn't to get a plaque. And so I think if you focus on what it is you want to do, and you do it every day, and it may be something simple, it may be something fantastic, but I think going in every day and doing your job and doing the best you can do, regardless of what it is, I think that's the way to do it.
Such a good message. Give me some of that Burton magic. All right, I'll see you back here.
All right.
Dr. Rodriguez, good to meet you. Nice to have you. Thanks to all of our guests, and thanks to our viewers for being with us today. We will see you back here on Wednesday. Coming up Wednesday on Open Mics with Dr. Stites. Millions of you either have or will develop macular degeneration at some point in your life. Would you know, though, how to tell the difference between that and wet macular degeneration? If untreated, it can cause blindness. We'll show you how it's diagnosed and treated through the eyes of a Kansas City woman who has it.
Subscribe to our Morning Medical Update and Open Mics with Dr. Stites podcasts. Now, everywhere podcasts are available.